Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total. Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and Trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
Ahoy, race fans, and welcome aboard. Tonight, we are with the SRU Dave Busch Cup Series for another Sunday night of racing here in Charlotte, North Carolina. I tell you, I've been to Michigan today. I've been to Iowa today. Now I'm in Charlotte with the SRU Dave Bush Cup Series. And it's going to be a heck of a night here in Charlotte, North Carolina. Right now, the guys have all been out there doing a little bit of practice. Take a look. Kyle Heath was the fastest car during practice. Chris Pfaff was second quick. Michael Yarrow third. I'll tell you, these guys are out here to try to get something done. They're going to be racing their hearts out. I believe we have 25 cars here tonight, so we're going to have a pretty good field of drivers. But I'll tell you, we've got 2 laps of qualifying. Right now, Robert Chiswick in the 6 is on the leaderboard. But that's probably going to change because we got all these guys out here all vying for the top spot here tonight. They all want to be on the pole position. They all want to get it done. Now I'm going to do a little bit of a talk down about the race here tonight. We are at Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord. We have a 1.46 mile track, which is a 1.5 cookie cutter, basically. The track temperature is 102 degrees Fahrenheit, but the temperature in the grandstands, 87 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a little muggy up there, 62% humidity. It's a little cloudy and overcast, but we only have 2-mile-an-hour winds, so that doesn't help the race fans up in the grandstands here tonight a whole lot as far as the humidity and the heat goes. But I will say that being down here, it's not hurricane season, it's not raining, it's good weather to be out here watching the SRU Dave Bush Cup Series guys get around this track for 150 laps. All the drivers are going to have about 70% fuel tonight. That is somewhere between 43 to 45 laps per tank of fuel. We have 3 tire changes. That comes with 1 set of tires on the car to start with. They can go in 3 times to change their tires. We have 3 green-white checker flags at the end of the race. So in case there's an accident at the very last lap or 2, we'll be able to do it all over again, restack them, re-rack them, and we will go again 3 times only. Now, Dave Bush, SRU guys do not have fast repairs. They do not get into an accident, go into the pits, and press a magical button and all of a sudden have a brand new car. No, they do not. If they get into an accident, they're going to have to get their mechanics, their body men, all the crew down there beating and banging on their cars to get it ready to go. It may take a minute, it may take 10 minutes, it may take a half an hour, but it's going to take some time to get their car back in shape to be roadworthy, race-worthy, and get back out on the track and try to get it done. Now, stage breaks. This season we have stage breaks. This stage break tonight is going to be at lap 53. So they're going to come into the pits at lap 53. Bear in mind, they're only going to have 43 to 45 laps of fuel. So the stage break is after all of these guys having to come in for fuel at least once. So that's going to be a little bit interesting, to say the least. Now we got a few guys out there. Zach Rogic, he is on the top of the leaderboard right now. Chris Pfaff is second. The Knight of Haney is a third. Likens fourth. Hurlbert is in the 5th position. But I will say there's still a chance for that to change. Watching Jeff Gilmore get around the track. He's one of the 2 Canadians right there tonight racing. He just moved up into 13th spot. Going to try to get around 1 more lap, see if it's going to make a difference for him. Following him around. Not sure if he's going to have a good time or not. He's in 5th gear coming around. We're just riding along inside the car with Jeff. Looks a little high. No, that's it. 13th spot for the 57. I thought he was going to go around 1 more time. Not going to happen tonight. All right. So, Zach Rogic is still the man to beat. We're taking a look now. Everyone is getting ready to go. They got the qualifying all done. We're just waiting for them to do a quick drivers meeting. Then they're going to get underway once again. We're going to make this thing happen. Just waiting for them to get out onto the grid. Let's see if I get a good camera angle for them as they get ready to get this race going. I would say that would probably be the best angle right there. Zach Rogich is on the pole tonight. We're just waiting for Chris to get in there. Jeff Gilmore, Brandon Hartwell, Paul Cohen, Jason Adams, RJ Jones, just waiting for these guys to get in here so we can get this thing underway. I tell you what, don't want to waste any time. We got 25 cars here. We're going to start it up. Here we go. On the pole, Zach Rogich, Chris Paff is in second place. Then in row 2, we've got Jason Haney and Al Likens. Back in row 3, we have Keith Hilbert and Todd Neese. Row 4, Jeremiah Nelson, Michael Yarrow. Row 5, Robbie Stewart Jr., Barry Twitchell. Row 6, we've got Nate Webb, Alex Miller. Row 7, we have Jeff Gilmore, Jim Coleman'sberger. Row 8, we've got Brandon Sheets, Fred Pennington. Row 9, Kyle Heath, Brandon Hartwell. Row 10, Robert Lawson, Paul Cohen. Row 11, David Neese, Mark Koschik. Row 12, Jason Adams, Robert Chiswick. Rounding out the field, R.J. Jones in row 13 in the 25th position. All right, that is our field for tonight. We are going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. Here we go. We're going to pull off the pit lane, get this thing underway. 150 laps here tonight at Charlotte. Next week, we're going to Watkins Glen. We're going to do the road course next week. That should be a lot of fun. We're going to only do 50 laps, but 50 laps at a road course at Watkins Glen, that's a big old race. But tonight, we are here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 150 laps. Zach Rogich, Chris Paff, they are out in front. They're going to try to get it done. Will either one of these guys be at the front at the end of the night? We're not sure. We're going to have to wait and see. Now, as always, up in the upper right-hand corner, you will see the track map. You'll be able to see where your favorite driver is at any given time. Also, down in the lower left-hand corner, you will see wherever I happen to be looking, whatever driver I'm looking at, that's the car that you will see pop up there. Also, right above that, I have the action alerts, so keep an eye for anything that pops up there. Now we're going to go back up to Barney in the flag stand as they come around the corner. We're waiting for them to get around the corner. The pace truck is going to pull off. Let these guys get ready to rock and roll. There's the pace truck. It's pulled off. They're coming up to the restart zone right there. Barney, wave that flag. These guys want to go racing. Let's give it to them. Zach and Chris are right off, at a battle, right off the bat. We got Chris on the outside. Zach is hanging low, trying to sneak ahead of Chris. Chris is trying to keep up on the outside. He's got the 88. Al Likens right there behind him. Chris is dropping in behind. We have a little bit of a run there by Likens on the inside. He's taking a look on the inside. Chris Paff trying to see if he can get it done. Everyone else is looking pretty good. We got a car down a little bit low there back there, but he's got it back under control. Meanwhile, up in front, Al Likens is taking second place away from Chris Paff. Chris is dropping back a little bit. He's going to save his car, possibly. Doesn't want to burn it all up. 150 laps is an awful long way to go. You do not need to burn it all up right in the very start of this race. But Zach Rogich, he is driving away. Take a look out his back window. You can take a look and see there is Al Likens right behind him in National Guard car. National Guard after, it looks like National Guard Al Likens, I believe, also has the National Guard. So we have two National Guards up at front of this race here tonight. They are getting it done, yes, sir. Alrighty. Everybody else is looking really good. Got a little bit of an angle problem there. I should have backed that camera up just a hair, but it's not going to be fixed now. We are doing good. We're getting around this track. These guys are doing a really super good job up in the front. Now, it is Al Likens. Al Likens is really trying to sneak ahead, and he is getting ahead. He's got ahead of Zach Rongitz. Zach Rongitz has dropped to the back, tucking in behind Al Likens. Al Likens for the lead. He is getting it done here at this moment in time. We'll go back a little bit further. Chris Paff, he dropped back a little bit. Everyone else is kind of riding along nicely at this moment in time. Right now is a good time to take a look at all the cars as they start to get separated. Out in front, National Guard, 88, that's Al Likens. Zach Rongitz, again, another National Guard car, looking good tonight. Jason Haney, Napa Auto Parts, that snowflake car, I'd like to call it. I'm not quite sure, it's sort of like a blue camo. But then we have Chris Paff. He has the Cheer Wine. Always a good-looking car, that Cheer Wine machine, number 22. Then we have the 48 of Jeremiah Nelson, Ally, Do It Right. Then we have Robbie Stewart in the Budweiser. Good-looking number 3 Budweiser car. Michael Yarrow in the Body Armor Sports Drink, number 7. Keith Hilbert in the 19, Mazda Racing. Death Wish Coffee Company as well on the hood. Todd Neese in the 26, driving the Publix car. Then we have Barry Twitchell in the Modo Casino. Modo Casino. Say that 5 times fast. Huh, oh my goodness. Then we have Jeff Gilmore in the 57 Miller High Life car. Then we have Brandon Sheets in the Valvoline car, number 2. Always stands out on the track. Alex Miller in the 49. That's the Black Rifle Coffee Company. That's a good-looking car there. Then we have Brandon Hartwell in the Red Bull car. Kyle Heath in the 13. He is driving that Tigers car. University of Alabama, possibly? I'm not quite sure. U of A, it looks like. Then we have Jim Coleman'sberger in the 11, Dr. Pepper. Fred Pennington in the Coors, number 8 car. That's that Trans Am looking car. Good looking car, actually. Then we have Robert Lawson in the 47, Red Carpet Lease. Ford Credit, driving that Mustang. Wouldn't it be funny to have Ford Credit on a Chevrolet Camaro? Wouldn't that be something? Jason Adams in the Jeff Gordon 24 Flame Paint Job DuPont. I'll tell you, that is an iconic paint job. That paint job will never be forgotten. Then we have David Neese in the 27. Mountain Dew, baby. Do the do. Then we have Robert Chiswick, Harley Davidson. He loves his Harley. He loves his Harley Davidson paint job. It is Robert Chiswick. Mark Kosick in the IBM car. Always looking good. That white Mustang with the blue racing stripes. Then we have R.J. Jones in the 5. Not quite sure what happened to R.J. Jones. Then Paul Cohen. Paul Cohen is not on the field as well. Now, R.J. Jones was on the track earlier. I'm not quite sure what happened to R.J. Jones, but we'll go back up with the leader. We've got the leader there now, lap 10 out of 150. Al Likens is driving this thing away up here in the grandstands, looking down. You get a real good look at the track, but the yellow flag has come out. Looks like Robert Lawson went off the track. Looks like we're the 2 people. Let's see what happened. It looks like Robert Chiswick has crashed. Let's go back and take a look. See if we can zoom in a little bit more onto that Harley Davidson machine. Let's see what happened to Robert. We'll take it down on quarter time. He's coming around the turn. He's looking okay coming around the turn. Well, I see smoke, though, in front of him. Not quite sure what we have in front of him going on. Oh, there is a wreck in front of him. What happened to Robert, though? Robert, oh, the 2 got nailed right into the 27. That's where it happened to Robert. Man, oh, man. Let's take a look. David Neese has crashed. Not quite sure where all this stuff happened or started from. We're going to ride along. Looks like the 2 and the 20. Oh, man! Full speed, full right on time. Boom. Wow, what a hit. Brandon Sheets has crashed. Let's take a look, Brandon. Brandon was down there. Let's back him up just a hair. We're going to go back to the 20 in a moment. But I'll tell you what, man, go back to Brandon. Brandon is right there. He got involved with the 20. This is what started it all, folks. Let's see if I can get a good look. Brandon's on the high side. There's the 20, Barry Twitchell. He came up just a hair. Brandon might came down. I'm not sure. Can't call it. Too close to call. But the 20 got spun around sideways in front of Brandon's Valvoline car. That was all it took. Man, I will tell you what. They are sliding sideways. And then the 2 got nailed by the 27, and then the 27 got nailed by the 6. But that put Brandon into a heck of a spin. The Moto Casino, it's just laying there sliding sideways. But I'll tell you what, Brandon took the biggest hit of all. He's still spinning down there in the infield. Man alive. Oh, wow. That's bad. All right, let's go back up. We are back up with the leader. Al Likens is back up in front. He's still up there. Robert Chiswick, he is in the pits right now. David Neese is in the pits. Brandon Sheets is in the pits. Not quite sure. Barry Twitchell, he is out there. He's still running. Robert Lawson is coming into the pits. I don't think he was really involved in any of that. I don't believe so. His car looks pretty good. Well, Barry Twitchell was involved. He doesn't look too terribly bad, but he basically just got spun around sideways and put back in. He's looking a little bit there, trying to see what he can get done. Where is the 2, though? The 2, like I say, Brandon Sheets, he is in there getting some major surgery done. The boys are in there beating and banging on that car, trying to get it repaired. We're going to have to wait and see how that's going to work out for Brandon. David Neese, he's back there. He's got a fair amount of damage on that Mountain Dew car. And Robert Chiswick, he got front end damage on the Mustang. That's not looking good either. All right, Al Likens is up in front. We're going to get this thing underway once again. The lights are off on the pace truck. They're going around into turn 3. I will tell you what, man, it's early in the night for that much carnage. But it doesn't take much sometimes. It doesn't take much at all. All right. So, that being said, up to the fan cam here for a moment. Up in the grandstands, we see the cars going by. We're going to watch the pace truck going to pull off, this time by. Up. Taking a look, we see them coming around the corner. Robert, David, and Brandon are still in the pits. We got this race starting, going up with Bernie the flag stand. Here we go. We're back to racing, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a run going right there now. Coming around the corner, there's Chris Paff and the 88. Al Likens, they are going at it once again. Al Likens got a little bit of a run on that corner, going down the back straightaway. Looking really good. Coming into turn 3. And the whole messing up behind them. I'll tell you, these guys are all coming around the corner. They're just racing their hearts out, trying to get by each other to beat their way up to the front of the pack, where Al Likens and Chris Papp are just driving away. Take a look out the back window of Chris's car. You can see half a second behind Jason Haney, and the rest of the crew are all back there. You take a look behind Jason, you can see a whole bunch of them. They're all vying for position, trying to get up there if they possibly can. Jason, in the meantime, he's looking ahead at the 2 guys in front of him saying, what can I do to catch up with them? It's only lap 17 out of 150, folks. We've got a lot of racing to go yet. We got a long way to go, absolutely. We're going to have to keep an eye on these guys. without a doubt. We're going to go back a little bit farther in the pack. We're going to take a little bit closer look. There's Todd Neese. Todd Neese in the Publix car. He's not doing too bad. He's right there in the midst. He's got Jeff Gilmore coming up around the outside, trying to look at it. He goes up high, blocks him a little bit. There's the Skittles car right behind him. That's Nate Webb. Nate Webb's got a new Skittles paint job on his car. Good looking Skittles paint job. Then we have a little bit more action up front, but we're going to keep with the Skittles car because he's right there behind Todd Neese. Man, I'll tell you, they are doing a good job trying to keep this thing going. He's right there behind the Publix car. You can see. Now, meanwhile, right behind him, he has Fred Pennington. Fred Pennington is looking to see if he can get in the inside lane. Kind of looking. Trying to get a little bit of a run. Not going to happen. Meanwhile, up closer to the front, Zach Rongitz, he was up in the front of this thing. Whoa! Right at the perfect timing. He got into the 3. He got into the 13. Wow! What a time to change my camera angle. There's the Publix car getting into the 3 as well. Jeff Gilmore kind of limping away from that. Don't think he got damaged too bad. The 3 is spinning his tires, so he's having a little bit of trouble. Let's go take a look. We're going to do this the backwards way. We're going to take a look at Zach Rongitz first because that's what started it all. We're going to go back here a little bit. We're going to see if we can get a good camera angle. It looks like the 3, it looks like Zach came up a little bit possibly. The 3 came down a little bit. Got him spun around sideways. Then Zach went up, tagged the 13. That sent everybody for a spin. Taking a little bit better look here. The 3 got back into the back end of the 38 once again. 38 trying to hang on to it. There is Jeff Gilmore. He's blowing it up, trying to avoid everybody. There's the 20. Barry Twitchell, he's going to go by. There's the 26. So 26 Publix car. He couldn't get it fetched up in time. Get back into the back end of Jeff Gilmore into the 3. There's the Black Rifle Coffee Company. It just avoided that. That's all. Man, I will tell you what, that is a heck of a run. Robbie Stewart, take another look here. We'll go full speed. Taking a look. It looks like he got tagged the back quarter panel by the 38. Just spun around in a circle. That was all she wrote. Everybody else rolling it up behind them, trying to get stopped. Not working for everybody. Some of the guys did not get woed up in time. Back up to live. Chris is now the leader of this race. I will tell you, I'm used to seeing Chris. He's a fast car. He's a contender. But I'll tell you, it's not what they were planning on this early in the race. I am sure of that. Used to seeing the SRU Dave Bush guys a lot more I wouldn't say, well, professional in their driving capabilities, and I know that they are. But I'll tell you what, anybody can have an off night, and it just takes 1 second of a miscalculation or not reading the road right, not knowing where your car is in comparison to the other cars. It doesn't take much when you're cruising at almost 200 miles an hour to make that very, very slight adjustment. And it's the wrong adjustment. Man, I will tell you, if this is crazy. This is crazy racing right there. But the lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to get around. Kyle Heath, Zach Rongitz, Robert Chiswick, Brandon Sheets, David Neese, and Robert Lawson's just coming in. So these guys are all in the pits. We've got 6 of them in the pit lane right now. Everybody else is out on the track. R.J. Jones and Paul Cohen, they are not on the track any longer. They are done. I think they did a start and park, and that was the end of them. But Al Likens, Chris Pfaff, they are at the front of this thing. Michael Yarrow, Jason Haney right there as well, 3rd and 4th. And then we have Brandon Hartwell, Keith Hurlbert, Jason Adams, Jim Coleman-Sperger, Fred Pennington, and Nate Webb. That's your top 10. They are going to see what they can do. Gonna jump back into a Jim Coleman'sburger. Let's jump up on his roof, get a good idea what he can see in that Dr. Pepper car. You see Jason Adams right beside him on the outside. You always can tell by that paint job who that is right there driving alongside. All right, everybody's looking good right now. I'm gonna go up to the fan cam once again. See the truck's going around the corner. It's going to pull off this time by. Everybody else is looking really good up at the front of this thing. There goes the truck in the pit lane. We are going to go racing again. Jumping up with Bernie in the flag stand. Let's go racing, Bernie. Let's drop that flag. Al Likens and Chris Baff, they are out in front. They are trying to get it done. The two of them side by side. There's the 7, Mike O'Yaro. He's up there, but Al Likens is a heck of a run. Now, we got a caution. Jason Adams has crashed, Fred Pennington, and Alex Miller. Let's take a look first at Jason Adams. What happened to Jason? Taking a look. Looking at that flame paint job on the outside. DuPont. He's on the outside of the Dr. Pepper. He has Fred Pennington right behind him in that black Trans Am looking paint job Camaro. Looks like Jason may have missed a gear. He seems to be a little bit slower than everybody else. He got tapped in the back by the 8. That's going to spin him around. That's all it took. He caught the Black Rifle Coffee Company as well. Alex Miller. There we go. I'll tell you what. There's Jason Adams sliding sideways. Not really a big hit. And it looks like the 8 was okay, too. He looks okay. Now, I'll take a look. Alex Miller. Alex Miller was just sitting there backwards on the track. So let's take a quick look and see what happened to Alex Miller. Let's ride along on his roof cam. Let's see what he sees. Quarter speed. He sees he's right behind Fred Pennington in the 8. He taps, it looks like he might have tapped Jason Adams, but then he got into the back end of the 24, just enough to scrape him, but it's going to put him sideways down the track, spinning him around. Not really a bad hit, I guess you might say, but bad enough. He's going to flat spot those tires quite possibly. It's going to be a little bit of a rough ride. Now, it's just sitting there right in the middle of the track, so it's not too terrible. He didn't really hit the wall that hard, so he might be okay. Let's go back up with Al Likens. Let's go back up to live once again. All right, we're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll. Al Likens, Brandon Hartwell, Chris Paff. These guys are all up here trying to see what they can get going once again. Lights are still on the praise truck. They're going into turn 3. All coming around the corner. Turn 3 exit. We're into the entrance of turn 4. They're all just riding along here quite nicely at this moment in time. Back up in the grandstands. We're going to take band cam look. I'll tell you, top of the grandstands, we get a heck of a view of this Charlotte racetrack. It's looking real good. There's Chris Paff. He is up there beside the leader, Al Likens. Lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to get this thing ready to rock and roll once again. Again, Brandon Sheets is still in the pits. David Neese is still in the pits. Robert Lawson's just coming out of the pits. But it is all about Al Likens up in the front of this thing. Just watching him go around the track. This is where the RV parking is across the back in turns 2, all the way across the back straightaway. You can see all the RVs parked up on top of the hill. They get a good view down over the bank. They can see what's going on. Watch the cars as they get up towards the turn 3 entrance. Back over to the main grandstands. You can take a good look. See all the RVs and all the parking down in the infield. That's premium right there. And that RV parking down there on the infield, that's premium parking for those big boys. I'll tell you what. We'll try to get in there someday. Not today. All right, we're going to go back up with Barney in the flag stand because there's the truck. He's going to pull off. These guys are going to go racing one more time. Barney's got the flag ready to go. Let's see what's going to happen when we restart. Al Likens, Chris Paff, green flag waving in the air. Al Likens going to run, but there's Jeff. Oh, I'm sorry, there is Chris, actually. Chris is on the outside. He's trying to take a look. I was thinking Jeff Gilmore. Jeff Gilmore's back a little bit farther in ninth spot, but there is Chris. Chris is dropping back. He's got Michael Yarrow on the inside. They are back there fighting for second place. Chris is starting to pull ahead a little bit more. Trying to get a little bit of a run, possibly, if he possibly can, onto the back end of Al Likens. But Al Likens is not having any of it. He's trying to just drive away from Chris. He's got 0.4 of a second on him now, and he is just trying to keep his foot into it as hard as he possibly can, press that accelerator to get that thing going down the track very, very quickly. Alrighty, taking a look. There's the pack. It all looks pretty good out there right now. We're going to go into the booth here. The War Eagle 13. Hello, booth. How you doing, War Eagle? First Gear Network. Good evening, Art. How you doing out there, First Gear? We got William Miller. Good luck, everyone. Robbie Darnell. Proud of these guys. Absolutely, Robbie. We miss you on the track. Miss that 44 car out there driving around. But I'll tell you, these guys are putting on a show here tonight. They are at Charlotte. It seems to be the staple of the NASCAR races. When you talk Charlotte Raceway, it seems to be the icon that everybody likes to go to. You have your Daytona, you have your Talladegas, but when you're talking mile and a halves, it is usually Charlotte is the home, probably because it's the home of NASCAR, pretty much, you might say. That's just my personal opinion. Feel free to argue all you want. I won't say that I'm going to listen to you. I think it's Charlotte. But anyway, back to number 11. There is Jim Comensberger. He's back there. He's being chased by Robbie Stewart. Robbie's back out on the track. He's trying to get it done. Man, I will tell you, they're right behind him, though. Jeff Gilmore and the 9 of Jason Haney, they are back there. Side-by-side racing. Jason is just trying to take a look, seeing if he can get up there on the inside of Jeff Gilmore. They are running door to door. Jeff's got a little bit of advantage going in onto the back straightaway. He's going to drive ahead. Got a little bit of a run happening. He is just going for it. Meanwhile, right behind Jason Haney, we have got Nate Webb in that new Skittles paint job. He is coming up in that 18 as fast as he possibly can get up there, trying to get it done. Meanwhile, back out towards the front, Keith Hilbert in the 19. That 19 machine, it's looking good. He is right there behind Jeremiah Nelson, trying to make something happen if he possibly can, working his way up towards the front. You see, everyone else is getting pretty spaced out up here. But meanwhile, that Dr. Pepper machine of Jim Kilmansberger, he is coming up hard and fast. So is Robbie Stewart Jr. Speaking of which, there he is right there, taking a look on the outside. Going to go down, he's going to drop down to the inside. He's going to see if he can get a good run on the inside. There's the 11 coming up. On the inside, going for it. Didn't quite have enough to get it done on the corner. Heath was able to pull away, stay ahead of that 11 machine of Jim Kolmensberger. Jim is going to try once again, I bet you. He's going to look at the corner. He's got the 3, though, of Robbie Stewart coming up high, trying to see what he can get done. Meanwhile, looking at the back window of Keith's number 19, he's looking at all this action going on behind him. He's got to pay attention to what's in front of him, too, because he's starting to gain on Brandon Hartwell. But meanwhile, right behind him, he's got a lot of action happening. These guys are really racing for all they're worth, trying to work their way up. Go back and take a look at Todd Neese. Todd Neese is back here side by side with Nate Webb. He is trying to get himself up ahead of Nate if he possibly can. He's running the high line, trying to sneak ahead. He does. He was able to get by that Skittles machine. Now he's got to work on the 57 of the Miller High Life of Jeff Gilmore. Man, I will tell you, these guys are all in a hurry to get somewhere quick. There's the 18, the Skittles Zombie. That Skittles Zombie is down on the low side. He's taking a good hard look. He can't quite get by the Publix. But I'll tell you, these guys are on a run. There is Todd. He's going to get a run on the outside, possibly. No, he's not going to be able to get it done this time right. All right, let's go back, take a look at the bigger picture. You can see all these guys trying to race for contention. We're on lap 37 out of 150. So we're going to take a quick look back here at the moment. Pit strategy. Likens, Paff, Viero, Nelson, Hartwell, Hurlbert, Colemanspurger, Webb, Pennington. None of these guys have pitted yet. They've pitted 24 on lap 24. So they have enough. Actually, everyone pitted. I apologize. Everyone pitted. So everyone should have enough fuel to get to the yellow stage break on lap 53. There should be no reason why anyone doesn't make it. Unless, of course, there's an accident. That would be a problem. All right, that's your update from the pits. Everybody is good to go at least to lap 53. Meanwhile, Chris Paff is up in the front. He is trying to catch up to Al Likens. Al Likens is having none of it. He's saying, you're in second place. You're going to stay there because I am going to drive away from you. But Chris is doing his best to try to at least keep up with him. If you can take a look back, Brandon Hartwell is almost 2 seconds behind Chris's car. So looking at the rearview mirror of the 22, you can see the third place car, Brandon Hartwell, he's way back there. All right, take a look, Nate Webb. Nate Webb, what are you doing there, my friend? We're going to go back up, take a look, because Nate Webb had some problems in that Skittles car. It says Nate Webb went off the track. There's no caution coming out for it. Let's take a look and see what happened. Nate Webb's coming around the corner in that Skittles car. He's up on the high side, looking on the outside of Jeff Gilmore. It looks like it just got loose on him coming around that turn 4. Looks like it got loose. It almost looks like he went down into pit lane. He did the best he could to, whoa, he hit the wall. Driver's side, he hit the barrels at the entrance to pit lane. That ripped off his front fender off of that car. Locked up the front wheel. Man alive, that is not, that's not good looking at all. That zombie car is looking like a zombie. That left front wheel is just hurting. Wow. The Nate Webb has crashed. That is him. All right, we're going to go back out to live because live action, lap 42 out of 150. Looks like they get towed back to the pits. But everyone else is still out on this track. They are still racing. No caution for the Nate Webb crash. I'll tell you, right now, Al Likens is just driving away. Chris is right behind him. But now Jeremiah Nelson is in third spot. He is almost 3 seconds behind Chris's 22 car. Like, that's a heck of a lead for these drivers out in front. Now, we're lap 43. We've got 10 more laps, and then we're going to be coming in for a stage break. So we're going to have to keep an eye and see how this is all going to play out. But right now, we've got Robbie Stewart Jr. He is looking seriously at the back end of Jeremiah Nelson. He wants to get up there if he possibly can, make something happen for himself. He's taking a look. He's got to go on the high side. Looking on the high side, if he can get the momentum off the corner, he might be able to do it. The 48 may come up and do the block. Gonna look at the crossover. He's got the crossover. He's coming up the side of the 48. He's got the 48. He is taking the position. He is in third spot, the number 3, Robbie Stewart Jr. Man, that was a good run, doing the crossover on the high side, back down to the low side, whipping it out. There he goes, up into third place. Now, where else is the action happening, you ask? Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to go back here and take a look. It doesn't look like anyone. Brandon Hartwell's back here. These guys got a little bit of a mismatch going on. But I'll tell you, there's not a whole lot. Brandon's taking a look at Jeff Gilmore. There he goes. He's going to take him too. He's going to drive right by him, just like nobody's business. You can see Jeff Gilmore out the rear view mirror, out the back window. He is just driving away. Next up is Todd Neese in that Publix car. And I'll tell you, Brandon Hartwell is on a roll right now. Lap 46 out of 150. So we're almost at the 1/3 of the way through. We're almost to the stage break at lap 53. So I'll tell you, Brandon Hartwell's trying to burn up what he can. He's got the fuel, he's got the tires. He knows he's going to come out into stage break, so he's going to come in and get tires anyway. Burn them up, man. Let's see if he can catch up to Todd Neese as we get this thing going. He's really, really trying. He's 7/10 of a second behind him right now. Lap 47, trying to get it done. Now, back a little bit farther, Alex Miller, he's stuck on the outside of Jeff Gilmore. He's also stuck behind Fred Pennington's number 8. So Alex is trying to see what he can do. He's kind of stuck there right now. He got past Jeff Gilmore. He's looking hard at the back end of the 8, that Pontiac Trans Am Camaro. Whoa! He's going to be able to get by him, and he is. Flew by him on the inside. That was some really tight racing right there, but I'll tell you, he got it done. Moving on to the next conquest, Jason Adams. Jason Adams is 9/10 of a second in front of him, but he is going to try to get it done. Now, Mark in the 33. Haven't looked at you much there tonight. Mark always likes riding around in the back of the pack. He's in 15th position right now, just kind of riding along, saving fuel, saving his tires. I'll tell you, he has a strategy of riding around the back of the pack, usually, and I always used to be aggressive, and I would burn up all my stuff right away, trying to get up to the front of the pack. I started doing what Mark does, kind of ride along in the back, stay out of trouble, try to stay out of trouble, and just kind of ride along and just kind of be in the top 75% of the cars if possible. I'll tell you, it works. It works. Try not to let things out of the bag, let the cat out of the bag there, but I'll tell you, it depends on the individual, of course. But for Mark, it seems to work. For me, it seems to work. Took me a long time of beating my head against the wall trying to be super fast when I really didn't need to. I just needed to ride along in the back. Mind my P's and Q's, stay out of trouble, and away I go. There he is. He's going by Jeff Gilmore. That Miller Highlight car is being passed, and next up is the number 8 of Fred Pennington. Fred Pennington, he's going to take a look at the inside, passing that Coors Light car. Going to get by him. Good run for Mark right there. Mark is doing real good. He's got that Coors Light in his rearview mirror, and he is driving away. He has got now Alex Miller in the 49. Alex Miller now is about 2.15 seconds ahead of Mark. So Mark's got a little bit of hustling to do, but we're on lap 52 right now. We're going to get a stage break. Lap 53, the stage break is going to go as soon as we get all the cars across pit lane. That means Chris Paff, by the way, Chris has gotten by Al Likens. Al Likens didn't want to push the car that hard, so he let Chris Paff go by, I do believe, because we're now on lap 53. There's Al Likens right behind him. Man, we are going to come into the pits. We're going to get some fuel. We're going to get some tires. Just waiting for all the cars to get across the pit lane. Then we will be golden. Coming up on lap 54, the caution should fly. Chris is starting to blink a little bit. That's a little concerning for Chris. There is the caution. There is the caution out there now. I will tell you, that is the stage brake caution coming out at the end of lap 53. So we have got everyone this time coming into the pits. Everyone's going to come in, I would have to say, and get some service done. But it's going to all lead up with that number 22. He's got to go around the track, get in behind the pace truck, get everyone all squared away. The pit lane will open, and everyone, I would say everyone, is going to be coming in the pit lane, getting tires, getting fuel, grabbing a snack, having a bit of pizza, maybe grab a beer, alcoholic beverage, adult beverage, I guess you might say. And yeah, get back out on the track and make it happen one more time. But right now, the 22 is looking good up at the front. Chris is always a fast car. Here we go. We're coming down pit lane right there now. Chris is going to lead them down. We're going to fade out a little bit. See if we can get some good camera angles on these guys as they come down pit lane. Everyone's coming down. Robert Chiswick is still out. He's going to stay out because he's a lap down. Nate Webb, Zach Rongich. These guys are all coming down pit lane. They're all going to pull into their pit stalls. Chris is blinking pretty badly, though, tonight. I'm not quite sure what's up with that. Just Navy saying, man, they are going real fast. Dylan Pickles, Dimmer. Give them hell, Fred, Al, and Jeremiah. Don't see you out there today there, Dylan. You should be out here racing with these boys. There's the 22. And as I say, Chris is definitely doing some blinking here tonight. That's a little concerning for that 22 machine. It's definitely concerning for anyone racing around him. Last thing you want to do is run into a car that's blinking. Like I say, though, they're all coming back out onto pit lane. They're all looking pretty good. Barry Twitchell is still in the pits. Al Heath is in the pits. Robert Chiswick is just coming back out onto the track now. But Barry Twitchell's been in there, it looks like 54 seconds or so. Well, Barry's been in there for a while. Still trying to get some things done, if he can. Trying to get some work done on it. I like his pit crew. They're out there in their undies. They got their underwear on the outside of their race suit. They got the hearts going. Much love for Barry Twitchell, I guess. Brandon Sheets has crashed. What is going on, Brandon Sheets? What's going on? Let's take a look. He left pit lane. He's pulling out of the pits. Okay, he did not crash. He just came to a stop and went back into the pits again. All right, so that's not a crash. All right, go back up. Al Likens is back up in front. We have Chris Baff. What happened to Chris? Chris is way back in the 15th position. Not quite sure what happened to Chris. Al Likens, though, is back in the lead of this thing. The lights are off on the pace truck. We're going to go back out to live. Al Likens, Haney, Hurlbert, Nelson, Yarrow. They're all getting this thing ready to rock and roll once again. Coming around turn 3. We're going to get them ready to go once again. Fan cam up in the grandstands. We can take a look, see them going by. Looks like you just reach out and touch them, but the truck is going into the pit lane. These guys are going to get ready to go one more time. Brandy's got the flag in the air. Let's go racing, boys. Here we go. Al Likens, big jump off the start. He has got Jason Haney on the outside, dropping back. He also has Jeremiah Nelson in the 3rd position. Then you have Keith Hurlbert and Michael Yarrow. They are back there as well. That's your top 5. You got the 7, Michael Yarrow in the he's moving up in the 5th. He's fighting with the 19, trying to get the position if he possibly can get it. Meanwhile, up in the front, Al Likens has got Jason Heaney right there on the back door, taking a good look. He's really trying to see if he can get something done. You can take a look. There's a 48 also of Jeremiah Nelson. Jeremiah now is up in the second place. Now he's going to see if he can get something done, if possible. Trying to take a look at the back end of Al Likens. Lap 59 out of 150. We have no more stage breaks, so whatever we have is what we have. We came in at lap 53. We'll say 55, just to round it out a little bit. They are getting somewhere between 43 and 45 laps. So somewhere around a lap 100, these guys are going to have to come back into the pits for fuel at the very least. There is a good run by Jeremiah Nelson. They're right on the back end of Al Likens. Maybe give him a little tap and say, hey, I'm back here. I'm going to let you know. I'm back here. I'm going to do something with you. But now going back Chris Pasto. Chris is back here in the 13th position. Not quite sure what happened. We were looking at that other accident earlier. So we have no idea what happened to Chris, but he is back here in the 13th position, and he looks like he's running pretty good. So that's not the issue. Doesn't look like he had car trouble. So he is up there trying to get something done as best as he possibly can do to get back up to the front of this pack. Everyone else looks to be running pretty much in single file order, just kind of riding along. Now we do have Jason Haney. He is running with that Brandon Hartwell machine right beside him. They are running door to door, taking a look. Brandon's going to be able to pull away, get a little bit loose there when he got by. Possibly the 9 was right there, took the air off him just a little bit. Got a little shaken, but he is not stirred. He is still going strong. Take a look from Jason's roof cam. You can take a look, you can see these guys are all pulling away. They're doing a good job. There's behind them. Got the black rifle, looks like the black rifle car right there behind him. The Keith Robert. Yes, it is. I do believe. No, that's not the black rifle. I was thinking that was the black rifle. There he is. Oh, that's also a black rifle car as well. Mazda. No, actually, that's Death Wish Coffee on the hood of that car. That's right, too. I'm thinking of Alex Miller's machine back here in the 49. He has got the Black Rifle Coffee Company on his. Up here, Keith Robert has the Death Wish Coffee Company. That's who it is. Gotta get our sponsors right, folks. Gotta get our sponsors right. Alrighty. So, Jeremiah Nelson now has snuck by Al Likens. While I was talking about coffee, these guys are racing up front. Imagine that. Al Likens to the inside. He's going to take a look, see if he can sneak by himself, see if he can get back up in the front. That was the 48. The 48 just blinked. What is going on with all the blinking cars here tonight? Lap 66 out of 150. Al Likens is trying to see if he can get up beside that 48 machine. There he is. He's going to take a run on it. He's going to try to get it done. Look at that, though. Brandon Hartwell right there. Man, he had a heck of a run right there on the back end of Al Likens. There's the 48, though. The 48's going to come back up. The 48 is right there on the outside. He is trying hard. Trying hard. He's not going to be able to get it done. The 88 is able to get a little bit more speed coming out of the turn. But there is Brandon Hartwell. Look at the speed he's got. Coming up on that 48 machine, door to door. He's staying down low. The 48's got a little bit more momentum coming off the turn. But I'll tell you, Brandon's got some fast laps on that 25 machine. He is making it happen. Let's jump up on his roof cam. You can take a look. He's right there beside the 48. The 48's right there. He's going to tuck in behind him, actually, right there now. Right along. There's the 48 taking a little bit of a dive, taking a little look behind the 88. There's Brandon. He's going to pull down on the low side once more. Possibly going to get a run on the 48. Not going to make it happen this time by going across the stripe. Lap 69 out of 150. Almost to the halfway point. There's the 48. The 48's looking high on the 88 of Al Likens. Man, I'll tell you, right now, we got some racing up front here. There's Jason Haney. He is back there. He's just kind of riding along, seeing what's going on. He's taking a look in the low side of Brandon Hartwell. Brandon did not open up the door for him wide enough, so he was not able to do anything about it. Now, we've got the 48 and the 88. They are contending for the lead as we speak. They are going for it. Now, the 88 has a little bit of advantage on the low side, but that doesn't mean anything to the 48 of Jeremiah Nelson. Jeremiah's got his foot into it, and he's trying to push that pedal through the floorboards right down onto the ground, trying to get as much power out of that 48 machine as he possibly can. He wants the speed. He wants to go. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell, taking a look, he's right there in the middle of these guys. It looked like he was going to try to make a third lane work for himself right in between the two of them. Didn't happen. Al Likens was able to take the lead back from the 48. But I will tell you, one thing I know for a fact, these guys are racing hard against each other up front. They're burning up their tires. They're burning up more fuel. They absolutely are. All these guys are back a little bit farther, just kind of riding along, biding their time, watching these guys fight it out up front. Man, I'll tell you, they're sitting a little bit better. They're going to get a couple extra laps out of their cars. There is Brandon Hartwell. Give the 48 a little tap to get him going. But there's Jason Haney. Jason Haney now is going to take a look on the inside. He's saying, you open up that door, man, I'm going to go. I'm going to come for it. But there is Brandon Hartwell. He is right there trying to give that 48 a little bit of a drafting help to get him going. Give him a little bit of a pump draft. He's going to come up on him again. Not going to get him this time, though. He's going to try to pull down. Here's how Likens going to pull down the block. He sees Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell was the champion last season. So he knows Brandon Hartwell can get it done any day of the week. Man, I'll tell you what, they are racing their hearts out up in the front of this pack. Meanwhile, Robert Lawson, he's back here in the 47. He's just kind of riding along. That car looks good, but he just seems to be riding along. I believe he's fairly new to the league. Don't remember seeing the 47 Ford. I could be wrong, but I don't remember seeing him out here a whole lot. Jeff Gilmore, he is back there in the 13th position. He's doing what he can. Then we have Robbie Stewart Jr. He's back in the 10th position in that number 3. He has Fred Pennington in the 8th car right behind him. Then behind him we have Chris Papp. So these guys are all front runners, all back here in the 10th, 11th, and 12th positions. Then we have Jason Adams in the 24, in the 7th position. He's right there in the thick of it. He's got a bunch of guys that he wants to get by. There's the 10 right in front of him. I believe, I thought that's a 10, but actually it's a 19, I do believe. That's Keith Hurward right there. That is a 19. And I thought it said 10 on the rear tailgate of the back end of it. Must be the chrome. Makes it look like a 10. Meanwhile, up in front of him, Michael Yarrow. Michael Yarrow is trying to get it done. He is in that 7 machine. He's up there now contending for the 3rd place position against the 48. And he does. He's got the 48th position. He's up in the 3rd place. So the 48 has faded back. But speaking about fading, that's not Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell for the lead. He's looking on the inside of the 88. He wasn't being able to get it done that time by. Al Likens was able to pull away. But I'll tell you, we have got a race up at the front of this track for the lead. Brandon's backed off a little bit now. Michael Yarrow's coming up really quick. He's in third place. He wants to see if he can be a contender for the lead. He wants to see if he can get something happening. Taking a look at the back end. There's Michael Yarrow. There is Jeremiah Nelson. Both back there. Meanwhile, up in front, going to get another shot at Al Likens. Going to try to get it done if he possibly can. He's looking high on the high side. Al Likens got the run, but that's okay because looks like Brandon's going to try to do the crossover. A good run right there. He's going to try to do the crossover into the turn. Side by side, door to door, coming around the turn. They are trying for it. Brandon's going to fade back a little bit. He's not going to be able to get it done this time by. He is trying his best to get up there. Anything he can possibly do, he's trying to get it done. Alrighty. What can you do? Okay, let's take a look. Todd Neese back in the 26th in the Publix car. He is in the 8th position. He's right there behind Jason Adams and Jim Kolmensberger right behind him in the Dr. Pepper. They are seeing what they can get done. He's got the 24 on his outside. He's taking a good look on the inside of the 24. Coming into the turn, he should have a little bit more momentum on the low side. Jason Adams is going to fade a little bit. But then when you get onto the back straightaway, Jason's going to get his speed back. He carries more momentum off the high side than the low side does. He gets to be able to pull ahead. However, Todd's going to get a little bit more momentum on the corner on the low side. They are going to fight it out back and forth between the two of them, fighting for this position. They are fighting for the 7th position right now. Jason has got it. Todd wants it. There he is. He's getting a good run, side by side, door to door, down the back straightaway, coming into turns 3 and 4. Got a heck of a run going on. Meanwhile, Brandon Hartwell is still up here trying to see if he can sneak by Al Likens. Al Likens is now on the low side. Brandon Hartwell's on the high side. They're trying to get it done if he possibly can. Can't quite get it done this time either. He's got a good run off the high side there. He's going to be able to get down. If you get down and block Al Likens is faded back in the 2nd spot. He's going to try to get down though and try to take it back. He's dropping down to the low side into the corner. But it is Brandon Hartwell for the lead. He is sitting pretty good. But I'll tell you what, Al Likens doesn't like it. He wants to get back up into that front position if he possibly can in that National Guard machine. Wow. These guys are racing quite hard here. Oh, we got a car on the wall. The car went into the wall. I'm not quite sure who it was. I'm not quite sure who that was. Somebody went into the wall back there. I thought I could have sworn that I saw a car hit the wall, but I could be wrong. There it is there. Who is that? That is... Whoa, that was a hard hit. We're going to back this up, folks. We're going to see what happened. Because it's not coming up on my ticker. He hit the wall, and he stayed down on the apron. So that was what happened. Let's take a look. We're going to ride it through. Going to do it in slow-mo. Take a look. That's that Alex Miller machine, the Black Rifle coffee machine. Taking a look. See if I can get a good view. He's down on the apron already. There's your Red Bull. There's your leaders going by him. He's down on the apron. Not quite sure what Alex is doing down there on the apron, but he's down there on the apron. He's got a little bit loose coming around that turn into the wall. Wow. That was quite the hit. Lost the front fender off the car. The front wheel's locked on the driver's side. He is spinning around. He's going to hit the wall again. Oh! Man. Into the wall one more time. Lifting his back into the car, clean off the ground. Man, I'll tell you what, back into the wall a third time for a scrape along. That front wheel is locked. It is done for. Wow. The Black Rifle Coffee Company is hurting there right now. I'll tell you, that 49 machine, Alex Miller, that is in rough shape. Taking a look, see if I can get a better angle. I don't quite have a good angle there for this thing. Gonna go around to full speed, just in case something else is happening on the track. That front wheel is locked. You can see that front wheel is locked up solid, not turning at all. He's just going to try to baby it back into the pits. He's got no front fender on that car. Man, and again, there are no fast repairs. He's going to have the mechanics and the body men beating and banging, getting out the duct tape, making this thing roadworthy once again. This side looks good. It's the other side that we're having trouble with. Driver's side is in bad shape. All right. Going to go back up with the leaders right now. Here we go. Back up the live. Once again, lap 89 out of 150. It is Brandon Hartwell out in front. Al Likens for second. They are still fighting for position out in the front of this thing. They are doing a really good job. The third place car of Jason Haney, he's 1.5 seconds behind the leader. So he's got to do some pedaling. Jason is back there quite a ways. Now Jeremiah Nelson's back and forth. He's almost a full second behind Jason Haney. So we're getting a little bit of a spread here, folks, between all these guys in the top 5 positions. Meanwhile, back a little bit further, just taking a look, Robert Lawson, he's back there behind Mark Kozjic. He is going to see if he can slowly work his way forward. Not quite sure if he can get it done. He's just been kind of riding around in the back, much like Mark is. Mark usually rides around the back. There we go, though. He's got a little bit of a run on Mark. He's taking a look at the inside of that 33. He's riding up right behind him on the back door. Taking a look down on the inside. Mark stays to the high side. It is the 47. Robert Lawson's going to be able to get by Mark Kozjic in the 33. Taking the position away. Robert up the 13th position right now. Robert's doing a good job slowly working his way forward as this race continues on. Now, we're at lap 92 of 150. Now, remember what I said earlier. These guys are going to have to be pitting somewhere around lap 100. Now, that's the other thing, too. If we go green the rest of the way, if they got to come in at lap 100, say. Okay, they come in lap 100. Now, if they're only getting 43 to 45 laps per tank of fuel, when we get to lap 145, 5 laps short of completion of the race, they're going to have to go back in and pit again for fuel with like 5 or 6, 7 laps to go. This is going to get tricky, folks. This is going to get very interesting. These guys up in front, Brandon Hartwell, Al Likens, Jason Haney, Chris Paff. Chris, by the way, is up into 4th position. He has worked his way back up the front. Never count Chris out. Chris is always the one to keep an eye on. Okay, we're talking to Dylan Picklesimmer. He says he's out of town. That's why he's not racing with us here tonight. Robbie Darnell says if one wins the stage, they will go to the back. Ah, okay, so if they won the stage, they go to the back, and that's probably why Chris went to the back. Michael Yarrow is coming into the pits. Michael Yarrow is coming in lap 95. Again, between 95 and 100, I figured that these guys are going to have to start coming in for fuel and tires. He overshot the pits, got to back up a little bit. There he is. He's good to go. Jack it up. Get the tires on the outside. There is Brandon Hartwell. That was your leader. He is coming in now. He is going to get tires, fuel, get ready to rock and roll one more time as we go through this. I got to remember to keep an eye on that YouTube channel because, again, I was wondering why, I believe it was Chris Paff, why he went to the back. That is why. If they win the stage break, they go to the back of the pack. That's why Chris ended up going all the way to the back. All right, there's Brandon Hartwell, though. He got his fuel. He got tires. He is on the track going once again. Barry Twitchell's into the pit lane. He's riding along. He's just riding along the 17th position. That Moto Casino is looking pretty good. I'll tell you what, we're going to jump in with the Moto Casino driver, Barry Twitchell. After he gets back out onto the track, if he's not in a bunch of traffic, maybe I'll give him a quick call just to see if he wants to chat. He was telling me there before the race, hey man, give me a call. I'll come up and talk to you for a minute. So I may just do that, see where he comes out, see if he's not in a bunch of traffic. Get a little bit of a shake there coming out of the pit lane. Must have hit a pebble. Ha-ha! There he is. He's pulled back out onto the track. He's looking pretty good. I don't think he's going to be really in a big bunch of problems. Let's wait for him to get up this full song, and then we will see if we can touch base with Barry. He's got the 8 coming up behind him. A lot of guys are going to start looking at coming into pit lane. Oh, there is. That looks like Alex Miller. No, that was Alex Miller still in the pits. We got everyone cycling through. We're at lap 99 out of 150. We've got a little ways to go yet. We've got 51 laps to go. There's the 7. That is Michael Yarrow's car, the body armor car. He's able to get up ahead of Barry Twitchell. Barry Twitchell's actually down a little bit. We're going to go back and down and take a quick look. Let's bring up this other ticker. I want to see how this one works, because we can bring up all 25 cars at the same time. Barry Twitchell is, let's see, I believe he's down at least one lap right now. But he is slowly working his way through the crowd. Slowly but surely. He's actually 3 laps down. Barry's about 3 laps down. I'm going to see if I can grab on to Barry. He seems to be okay right there now. Let's see if I can grab on to him. Let's see if I can pull him down here for a little chat. Hey, Barry, it's right. Oh, there we go. Hey, Barry, it's right up in the booth. You got a copy?
10-4, bud.
How you doing tonight, man? I see you just came out of the pits. You got fresh tires, a full tank of fuel. You're good to go for a while.
I'm not where I want to be. I mean, obviously I get, wrecked at the start, and I'm still upset about that, but it is what it is. I'm happy where I am in the points for being a rookie. It's good to actually feel like you can do something, and so I'm just trying to stay alive here. 17th. I'm hoping I can do something at Watkins Glen. At least it's a track I'm okay at. But yeah, I knew coming in that this wasn't going to be my track, but I just want to try my best, and then unfortunate circumstances of what happened really ruined that chance. But here I am, and just try not to get in the way of everyone else and still try to salvage some sort of race and some points to carry on.
Well, again, that's all you can do, my friend. And again, you have 47 laps to go. There's a lot of things that could happen, hopefully not to you, but a lot of guys could be in trouble before this end of this race. You're down 3 laps, but there's a lot of guys that are down a lap in front of you as well. So it might not take much for some of these guys to have a little bit of hard luck, and you'll be able to jump ahead of them, at least in the point situation, and also possibly get a wave around, so then you'll only be 2 laps down, possibly only 1 lap down, depending on how many cautions we might have moving forward.
Yeah, I'm just going to try to get this 20 machine where I can, and these are some good guys up in front of me, so, I mean, anything, like you said, can happen. I mean, the track's been slippery. We've seen some of the best right off the start of the race, spin and everything else, and so you never know, but, yeah, right now it's just, for me, survival and just trying to make the most out of what I got.
Well, I'll tell you, everybody's coming into pit lane here now. They're all going to be running out of fuel. So you may get one of your laps back right off the bat just by the cycle of the pit stops. So, always look at the positive side, my friend.
Oh, yeah.
And hope that everybody else wrecks.
Yeah, right.
There you go. Be an opportunist. That's what you have to be. I'm an opportunist driver myself. I let everybody else wreck, and I'll take the points.
Right, that's how I am at Super Speedway. Sit in the back, let them wreck, and move to the front and hopefully win.
There you go. All right, Barry, we're going to let you go, let you get back into racing, man. Have good luck and see if you can get up there and make something happen for yourself.
Yes, sir, man. Always good talking to you.
All righty. That's Barry Twitchell. He is back there right now, 17th spot. He is back a few, he was back 3 laps. Let's take a look as the drivers in front of him start to cycle through their pit stops. We're going to take a look and see. I don't know if he got the lap back or not. He was 3 laps down. Gilmore's down 1. Heath is down 1. Adams is down 2. Twitchell is down 2 laps now. So he did. Just by the cycling of the pit stops, Barry has got 1 of his laps back. So, all he needs is a couple cautions to come up, and he'll be sitting pretty, as long as he's not involved in the caution. Alrighty, let's go back up. Brandon Hartwell, though, he is back in the lead of this thing. He's making it happen. He's looking pretty good. We're going to take a look from the flag stand. No, we're going to go up into the fan cams. Take a look at Barry as he comes around turn 4 across the front straightaway. That machine is looking really good. Michael Yarrow is in 2nd spot, but he's 3 seconds behind Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell is sitting really good right now. He's got nobody bothering him at all. And Michael Yarrow, he's got nobody bothering him. He's 3 seconds behind Brandon Hartwell for the lead, but he's 3 seconds ahead of Jason Haney in the 3rd spot. Jason is back there as well. But then we have Al Likens. Al Likens is actually 7.7 seconds behind the leader. Al was in the pits a little bit longer. I think he took 4 tires instead of taking just the 2 tires, but I believe Brandon also took 4 tires as well. He had a pit stop of 11.37 seconds, so that should be a 4-tire stop. So it's hard to say. It is hard to say. Man, I will tell you what, though, Brandon Hartwell out in front doing really, really good in that Red Bull machine. It's looking really good. I'll tell you, he was the champion last season, and coming into the 19th season, he's not sitting too badly. I was going to take a quick look at the points. Right now, as far as the points go, Jeremiah Nelson has got 45 points. Dylan Picklesimmer's in 2nd place, 39. Jason Haney has got 34. Brandon Sheets has got 34. Michael Yarrow, 34. Nathan Webb is at 33. Keith Harrelbert at 31. Jason Adams, 29. Chris Pfaff is 28. Mark Hodchick is 27. That is what I've got right here in front of me. This is season 19 after Talladega. So I'll tell you, these guys are doing their best trying to work their way up through the crowd. Man, oh man, we did Talladega last week. We're doing Charlotte this week. Next week, Watkins Glen. They're going to go right into a road course next week. So it's going to be a little bit of a changeover to do 50 laps at Watkins Glen next week. That's what Barry was saying. Barry was saying that he hopes to do a little bit better at Watkins Glen next week. So we'll see how he makes that. But right now, Brandon Hartwell out in front. He's got almost 4 seconds over top of Michael Yarrow. And Michael Yarrow's got about 1.2 seconds over top of Jason Haney. So Jason slowed down a little bit. All right, I apologize. Michael slowed down a little bit, or Jason has sped up a little bit. He's gained a little bit of momentum. But now Al Likens in that 88 machine, he was the front runner all race long. He is now 6.4 seconds behind the leader. He's got a long way to make up, a lot of ground to make up in order to get back up to the front of this thing. Now lap 113 out of 150. We now have 37 laps to go. And they are slowly counting down, but I'll tell you what, they're going to go by pretty quickly. So let's take a look. The fastest driver, Chris Pfaff, was the fastest, 30.65. He's in the 5th position. Jeremiah Nelson, right now, he's in the 2nd grid. He's in 6th. So these guys are, Al Likens is the 4th fastest car in 4th place, 30.87. So he's trying to do whatever he can to get around this track as fast as he can. Now, I'll tell you right now, from what I can see, Al Likens is now gaining a little bit. He's now 5.8 seconds behind the leader. So he is slowly but surely gaining on Brandon Hartwell. I think Brandon Hartwell may be trying to save some fuel. Is he slowed down? Because Michael Yarrow is about, about 4.5 seconds behind. Jason Haney's about 4.9. But Al Likens is 5.7 seconds behind the leader. I believe he's a little bit more earlier, so I believe he's slowly but surely picking up the pace. We'll have to take a look and see as the laps start to count down. But again, we are 34 laps away from the end of the race. But these guys are all going to have to pit one more time. I'm telling you, trust me, these guys are all, Hartwell, Yarrow, they both have 21 laps on their car. Everybody else has about 12 laps on their car. 12, 13 laps. Komensberger, Kojic, they have 20, 23 respectively. But everyone else is somewhere around 12, 13 laps. Now, even with 12, 13 laps, with 34 laps to go, 33 laps to go right now, if you have 12 laps, that's 43, that's 45. I tell you, some of these guys might be able to make it, but that's a big might. It's going to be tuck and nip. I bet you if you can get in drafting somewhere, I mean, if you're farther back in the pack, if you're one of these guys, Todd Neese or Jim Komensberger, Fred Pennington, if you get back here and you can be drafting a little bit, saving some fuel, you might be okay. You might be able to pull it off and get the race in without having to pit again. We're going to check that back when we get up to about lap 135 or 140. We're going to have to take a look, see how many laps these guys get on their cars. Because I know a few of these guys pushed it a little bit more than the 45 laps that I was talking about. Again, before they started, when they were doing practice runs, I was talking to a couple of drivers. They were saying between 43 and 45 laps to a tank of fuel. If you can milk it a little bit, you might be able to get 47, 48 laps. Some of these guys might be able to make it. Some of them will not. That's basically a given. Alrighty, there is Fred Pennington. He's getting by Mark Kojic. Mark is back there in 10th position. Mark is just riding along. I'll tell you what, he's a pretty laid-back guy. He runs the truck series every Friday night. If you want to run trucks, he runs a laid-back truck series every Friday night, the Gomez Truck Series. Man, I'll tell you, it's a lot of fun. These guys just go out and they're just having fun with it. You know, Mark says it's his drinking night. He goes and has a couple of brewskis, and then has a little bit of run in the car. I mean, it's not a wreck fest or anything like that. The guys are all having fun, but they are semi-serious about it. But they're not hardcore racers either. They're just having a good time running the trucks around. Now they were doing. I haven't followed them with a couple weeks here now, but they were doing 3 stage breaks, which is basically 3 races. It was 2 heat races and then a feature race. So I'm not sure if he's still doing that, but if you miss one race, you might be able to jump into the next race or the next race. So you'll have to go and check it out. Friday night, look for the Gomez SRU, the Gomez Truck Series, and yeah, it could be a lot of fun to go out and have a little bit of fun with that. Now, Al Likens has somehow got up to the front of this thing. Chris Paff has dropped into 3rd. Al Likens is in 2nd. I am looking for where the heck did Brandon Hartwell go? Brandon Hartwell is now down a lap, but I believe he went in, got fuel while I was talking back there about Mark. So Brandon Hartwell, yes, he just came out of the pits. He was just in the pits. He had 25 laps on his car. He figured now would be a good time to get fuel and move his way back up the pack, because he knows everybody's going to have to get fuel, or a good chunk of them are going to have to get fuel. But this gives him time to move up through the pack and try to get his position back. I'll tell you what, is Brandon anywhere handy, or can I bother him? I don't really want to bother him, but he is back there a little ways. Let's see if I can grab on to Brandon. See if I can get him to come up into the broadcasting booth there. There we go. Hey, Brandon, it's Art up in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, bud.
Hey, man, I blinked and all of a sudden you were way down, but then I noticed that you went into the pits. That's your strategy, to kind of get in the pits early, get your fuel and tires, and get back out there and slowly work your way back up to the front?
Oh yeah, I didn't foresee them catching me, but like a couple tenths a lap with them pitting later than I did last stint. So we'll see.
It's okay. Just so I know, though, you're not talking to anybody else. Did you take 2 or 4 tires when you were in?
I took 4. I'm out of tires.
You're out of tires, but I'll tell you, that may come into play for you, because if everybody else milks it right to the lap 140 or 145, you'll still be sitting pretty with 4 tires on that car, so you should be sitting pretty good. You can obviously, I'm watching you go around the track, you're definitely faster.
Oh yeah, that's definitely a tire advantage, but I'm trying not to make that play out like that, and try not to burn them up just in case we get one of them shady yellow flags.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, just in case of yellow flag, and then you'll be at the disadvantage. So hopefully no yellow flags. You'll be able to slowly work your way up to the front. All right, my friend, I'll let you go for now. Have at her. See if you can get back up the front.
Thank you, sir.
That was Brandon Hartwell, last year's champion. He is back here now in the 11th position. He just got by Chris Pfaff. He is slowly working his way up through the field. A strategy on his part, he wanted to get in and get the fuel when he still had lots of time to work his way up towards the front. Now there's the 88. That is Al Likens. He needs to get by both of these guys to get his lap back, because he is down 1 lap. So he needs to get by both of these guys. He is able to get by Al Likens. Now he needs to get by Jason Haney up in the front, and so that way he can get ahead, get his lap back, or get on back on the main lap. Then he still has 1.5 miles to make up with 22 laps to go. It seems like a stretch, but you know what? All these guys got to pit. Brandon does not have to pit anymore. He's got the fuel he needs to get to the end of this race. So as long as it stays clean and green, and everybody else has to pit, Brandon should be sitting pretty decent come the end of this race. But we're going to have to wait and see. 22 laps to go, coming down to 21 as we cross the stripe. There's a lot of things that can happen. A lot of things that can happen. There's Brandon going by, trying to get by the 9. Jason's going to try to fight him off a little bit, going to try to hold his position. I don't know. Brandon's got the run on the outside. Brandon's going to be able to take that position back. Nope, Jason's fighting back. He's fighting back hard. But Brandon does have the fresh tires, so he should be good to go. Okay, Brandon's past the leader. He's now back on the lead lap. He only has to make up 1.5 miles in 20 laps. Let's see if he can do it. But don't forget, guys got to come in and pit. They're going to have to start pitting for fuel. And if they put for tires, that's going to be even longer in the pit stall. If they just take a splash of gas, it's still going to be a 7, 8, 9 second pit stop. So I'll tell you, getting around this track, they're getting around the track, I believe, in about 42 seconds, I believe. I'm not, let's see what the fastest times are. The fastest time is 30.7. So if they're coming in for 10-second fuel stop, by the time they leave the track, drive down pit lane, get their fuel, get back out onto the track without speeding, then back up to full speed, yeah, Brandon should be sitting pretty good. I think so. 19 laps to go. The trick is, how many of these guys think that they can make it the entire way without stopping for fuel? How many guys are not sure, but they're going to try it anyway? We're going to have to wait and see. Now, again, 18 laps to go. We're going to have to watch and see how this is all going to play out, because there's a lot of stuff going on here, folks. But Jason Haney, he is at the front of this thing. Chris Pfaff, Chris is up in second place now, taking it away from Al Likens. Al Likens, I don't think is pushing his car as hard. I think he's trying to get as many miles out of that car as he can. Let's take again a look at the pit strategy. Likens has got 29 laps on that car. 17 to go. That would put him at 46 laps. He might have enough to make it around this track. Now, Haney and Paff, they might they have 31 laps on the car, 16 laps to go. That'll put them at 47. Will they have enough, or are they going to run out at 45? We don't know. I'm not in the car. I'm not sure. But these guys up in front, especially Jason Haney, Chris Rapp, Al Likens, Jeremiah Nelson, Todd Neese, Michael Yarrow, these guys are all trying to see what they can possibly do to work their way to the front without burning a whole lot of fuel. Jim Coleman'sberger, he's the first car a lap down. Now, he wants to see what he can do. And he's hoping for a yellow so he can get back up onto the lead lap. Because he would be the first car getting a lucky dog. Now, we're going to take a look at Brandon Hartwell. Brandon Hartwell's got himself up in the 10th spot right now. He is 30 seconds behind the leader. So he's got to get a little bit done. We'll take a look at the battle box. Right now, Brandon Hartwell is only a second, 1.1 seconds ahead of Jason Haney. So you can basically look out the rear view mirror and take a look, and you can see Jason right behind him. Now, Brandon is not getting as much speed around this track as he would like to have. He's slowly pulling away, but not by much. He's 13 laps to go as they go across the straight. Brandon has still got a lot of racetrack to make up. Now, Brandon doesn't have anybody in front of him right now. I believe Mark Koncic might be in front of him. Take another look at the battle box. It is, yes, Mark is right in front of him. He's about 1.2 seconds. Mark's actually going down pit lane. Mark is going to go down pit lane, get some fuel. Brandon is going to pick up another spot. Brandon's going to go up in the 9th position. So he is slowly working his way up to the front. At the very least, position-wise, for the points battle at the end of the season, every car he passes will make a difference. 12 laps to go. Jason Haney is trying his best to do whatever he can do. He's got Chris right there on his back door. Al Likens is back. He's back about 2.3 seconds, but it is Chris in that 22, the Cheerwine car. That is going to be the problem for Jason Haney, I do believe, because Chris is going to do everything he possibly can to catch up to that 9 car as these laps count down. There's Mark Koncic coming back out on the track. He got a splash of gas. He's good to go. Mark came out. I'm just taking a quick look. Yes, he only did a splash of gas. He was only in for 5 seconds in the pits. That is just a splash of gas, enough to get him around this track till the end of the race. 11 laps to go. Who else is going to have to come down pit lane to get some fuel? We don't know. Stay tuned, folks. We've got a race going on, and it's going to be a strategy race. I get the feeling before this thing ends. There's the distance right there. The 9 in the front, he's your leader. The 22 in back, that red machine, he is trying his best to catch up to the leader. He's got a half a second to make up. Then he's going to beat and bang on the back end of that thing to try to get past him. Meanwhile, back further, Al Likens, he is back there. He's got a bunch of guys. Jeremiah Nelson is there. Todd Neese is slowly coming up, but Jeremiah Nelson is right there. Taking a look at the back end of Al Likens, they are trying to race each other. It is Jeremiah Nelson going to try to get by for the 3rd place position, if he possibly can. He wants to get up there and make it happen. But meanwhile, Chris has narrowed the gap to 0.2 seconds with 9 laps to go. This is going to be the race up at the front. Once again, Chris is a good driver. Do not count out Chris. There's a lot of guys that you just can't count out. I'll tell you what. But this is one of them. Tara, his wife Tara Paff is out there. Go Paff. There you go. Told her hubby to get that thing going. And I'll tell you, I know he's listening because he is moving forward. Every lap, he is getting a little bit closer. 7 laps to go. Man, he's got to take a look and see. He's got to make Jason Haney look out his rear view mirror non-stop to try to block, try to stop him, try to do whatever. Just don't get into an accident, boys, because then everybody else, Jeremiah Nelson, who is now gotten by Al Likens, Jeremiah will be catching up to you guys. He's only about 3 seconds back behind the leaders. So these guys are racing for all they're worth. Man alive, there is Jeremiah Nelson. Jeremiah Nelson's by the 88 machine, Al Likens. He is on a mission. He wants to get up there. He wants to make it happen if he can catch up to those guys. But it is the 22 chasing down the number 9 car as best as he possibly can. Brendan Hartwell has worked his way up into the 8th position. I don't see anyone else pulling into the pits. There we go. Chris is looking. He's looking hard. Chris is going to try to get up there if he possibly can. He's got the 9 on the inside. Taking a look. He's right there, side by side, door to door. It is Chris. Chris is going to pull ahead. Chris is going to get the run on the 9. The 9's going to fight back on the low side. Chris has got a little bit momentum coming off the turn. Chris for the lead. 5 laps to go. And man, I'll tell you, for the lead, he is driving away from Jason Haney. He is a man on a mission. He is looking good. I'll tell you, Jason is now 2/10 of a second, almost 3/10 of a second behind the 22 machine. Chris is looking good up in the front. I'll tell you what, we have got a race going on up here at the front. And meanwhile, back there, Jeremiah Nelson, he is back almost 2.9 seconds behind the leader. He is trying to see what he can get done. But up in the front, it is Chris Paff. 3 laps to go. Got to get 2 more times around this track, and then it wouldn't matter. It'd be checker or wrecker, because once we get the white flag with 1 lap to go, the race is pretty much over. There's no more caution laps. There he is. He's going to fly by Jason Adams. Jason Adams on the low side, holding his line, letting Chris go by him. Chris is going to sail on by the 24. No problem at all. Chris is like, he's on rails. He has got that machine tuned in, dialed in, looking really good. Now the question is, with 45 laps on that car, 2 laps to go, is he going to have enough fuel to get in there and make it happen? We will have to wait and see. 2 laps to go. Man, I'll tell you, I think Chris has got a good chance. Got a really good chance. Final lap. It's going to be wrecker or checker here now. This is the way it's going to end. I'll tell you what. Get the drone cam up. Chris has got a really good lead over top of Jason Haney. He's got 7/10 of a second. I don't think Jason's got a chance to catch up with that 22 machine. I think he's got it pretty much in the bag. Coming off the wall, across the stripe, Chris Paff got the win. Whoa, he's blinking bad coming across the stripe, but he did. He got across the stripe. Jason Haney second, Jeremiah Nelson third, Al Likens for 4th, Todd Neese, Fred Pennington, Brandon Hartwell 7th, Robbie Stewart Jr., Jeff Gilmore, Jim Comensberger for the top 10 cars. I will tell you what, man, that's some good racing right there. Chris played it well. He did a very, very good job. Worked his way up to the front. Got there when he really needed to be there. He had a blinking car most of the night. That was kind of an issue. But I'll tell you, man, Jason Haney, he was second. And then we had Jeremiah Nelson. There is Chris. That Chris machine is looking good. He's got to sit there for his camera. Get a good camera angle. Get a good shot of that thing sitting on, start finishing that there, wrecking going by him. That's a good look for that 22. He may be out of fuel. He may just coasted there to the start finish line and said, "That's it, boys. I'm out of fuel." There's Brandon Hartwell coming up to give him a little nudge. I think that 22 may have used up all the fuel he had to get around the track and get to the start finish line, and that's as far as he made it. Man alive. That could be what happened. That could very well be what happened to that Cheer 1 22. Man, oh man. All right, let's do a quick head count of what happened here today. Let's see if I can get these guys here, grab onto them, bring them down into the booth. See if I can grab onto Jeremiah Nelson. He is in here somewhere, I do believe, or not. Looking for Jeremiah. I don't see him in the Discord. Unfortunately, where is Jeremiah? I don't see him in the Discord. Unfortunately, Jason Haney. Jason Haney's here. We're going to grab on to Jason. Hey, Jason, it's right up in the booth. You get a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
I'll tell you what, man. Second place, you were fighting hard against Chris. Did you think he was going to run out of fuel? Did you think you were going to run out of fuel? Like, I mean, you know, it was a tough call here at the end of the race, wasn't it?
It was right on the edge. I mean, the whole run was gauged out off of the prior run, so I felt like we were going to be good, but it all depended on off throttle time. Chris saved early. I kind of just ran a little extra. Like, I was letting off early basically that whole run, trying to just run the bottom, hit my marks, and stay in a rhythm, and it worked. I mean, I couldn't fend off Chris once he got to me. He saved up extra to be able to do what he needed to do, and he was a faster car. He was quicker than me all night.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought maybe I'd have a chance, but when he got to my outside, I just didn't have anything left for him. And at that point, you know, I'm happy to bring home a P2 tonight. Really great run. And it was a fun race, but we keep talking about being right there at fuel. Chris ran out at the line, and I had 0.1 left at the line. So we used it all.
I'll tell you, it was a heck of a run. I was watching you up front. You were back further earlier on, but you slowly and surely made your way up to the front of the track and get ahead of everyone. And then once you got up to the lead, I mean, did you think you had a chance, or like you knew that these guys were coming after you, obviously? But I'll tell you, it was a good run on your part. When did you think that? Well, I guess when you saw Chris coming, you figured it was going to be all over. But, walk us through this last couple of laps. So otherwise, though, did you think you had a chance to maybe bring this home a win?
Man, I was hopeful. I was hopeful that Chris wasn't going to catch me when he did. I mean, I was trying to keep the gap at a half a second, just so that way I knew that I had enough of a buffer between us. Once he got within that buffer, I tried to drive it a little harder, just really trying not to miss my marks, but use all the car I could. I didn't want to use him up. He races me clean, race in, race out. So I feel like if the race was 5 laps shorter, maybe I'd have a good chance. But I feel like at the same point at the beginning of that run, Al ran a lap longer than Chris and I, so I knew Al had an extra lap in the bank. So I was in the early part of that run trying to make sure I stayed in front of him. And then when Chris got by him, I was like, okay, let's see how Chris gauges or catches up. And I mean, it wasn't super fast, but he was staying methodical with it, trying to make sure he had enough fuel at the end too. So at the end of the day, it just came down to timing and him having the better car. When he got to me, I couldn't fend him off, and I gave it the best I could. But Chris had a faster car tonight, and was able to get me. So I'm not too mad about it. I wish I would have had another shot to maybe try something different, but I don't even know what I could have done differently there, because if I would have ran any harder to try to keep the gap, I probably would have ran out of fuel like in 3 and 4 or something like that.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you, it was fun to watch, without a doubt. Now, we're going to Watkins Glen next week. What do you think about going on the road course?
Love me some road course racing. Don't do it a lot in this car, so going to be exciting to see. It's been a while since I was on track doing it with this car. So we'll see. I mean, I feel like with the way the season started, I feel like we could have another maybe top 5, top 10 run.
Right on. Well, it should be exciting to watch you and see how well you do next week. So you got anything else to say, or anything for your sponsors or friends back home before I let you go?
I just want to give a huge shout out to you for the broadcast. I want to give a huge shout out to SRU for putting this together. This is awesome. I'm enjoying the heck out of it. I want to thank First Gear Racing, my team, teammate Kyle Heath, really helping me, making me better on the racetrack. So shout out to him for all he's done to help me out. And thanks to everybody that's watching, cheering us on. Really appreciate it.
Right on. All right, my friend. I'll let you go. We'll see you next week at Watkins Glen. Have a great week.
All right. Thank you. You too, Art.
All righty. That was Jason Haney. He brought home second. I'll tell you what, we're going to grab on to Jeremiah Nelson now. We found him. Hey, Jeremiah, I'll tell you what. Couldn't find you earlier, but we found you now. Third place, podium finish. What do you think?
Yeah, I had a pretty good run tonight. I mean, it was a fun race, man. I typically struggle with Charlotte, but I finally, man, I was flipping switches and changing brake bias. I tried everything, and I finally got my feet under me with about the last 70 laps. I finally found something I liked. But man, those guys were just really strong in the long run. You know, I finally found something, but it was just too late, and the race was done. You know, but I mean, it was fun night. Had a good time.
Right on. Well, I'll tell you what, I was watching you all night long pretty much. The 48 machine was always front and center somewhere up in the front or up in the top 10 at the very least. You know, so you were definitely on the radar all night long. Did you think there was anything you could have done differently, or do you think, you know, like it's just the luck of the draw and that's the way it happened?
Well, it seems like every time you come to Charlotte, man, it's always something's different. It's never the same. Every time I try to bring back some of the same ideas in the brakes or something, it's always different. I don't know what it is, but and it usually takes me about all race to figure it back out. I mean, I don't know what it is, but finally about 60 to 70 to go, I finally got back in my groove. But it was a fun race.
Right on. Well, I tell you, it was a lot of fun watching you beat your way through the crowd, working your way forward. Every time you went back a little bit, you always made yourself slowly but surely get yourself back up to the front. We're going to Watkins Glen. You're going to have a lot of right and left turns next week. What do you think about going to Watkins Glen?
Oh man, I love road course racing. It's really fun and challenging at the same time. It'll be a good time, but yeah, I want to thank all the boys at Slightly Dangerous Racing and sharing information, trying to get faster. And I want to thank you, Art, up in the booth, and thank Chris for putting on the league. And I think we're heading in the right direction. It's fun. It's a pretty fun league.
It is. I'll tell you what, I've been a member for this league for, goodness, 6, 7, 8 years as a driver. I've just started broadcasting this year, basically. But I'll tell you what, you know, I miss being out on the track with you guys, but at the same time, I'm having a lot of fun watching you guys get around the track. So it's a lot of fun, no matter whether I'm on the track or up in the booth. I'll tell you what. So, all right, man, we will let you go for now. We will see you at Watkins Glen next week and hopefully back up on the podium.
Thank you, Art. Have a good week, brother.
All righty, Jeremiah. We'll see you soon. That was Jeremiah Nelson. We're going to go up to Chris Powell. We are going to see if we can get a hold of Chris. Chris is right here now. I'll tell you, Chris, first place, man. You did a good job.
Man, put a whooping on him, didn't we, there at the end?
I'll tell you what. And I'll tell you, Tara's in the YouTube channel. Go Path, way to go, babe. He ran out of gas. And he still won. Woot, hubby.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got your own cheering session back there at the house.
She's got that cleaned out. She's got that department chalked up. Nobody can compete, I think, with her cheerleading.
I'll tell you what, you know, she does. Yeah, I get a kick out of her. I see her online all the time in the YouTube chat channel. And yeah, she is definitely your number one supporter without a doubt. Man, I'll tell you. You did a good job. I didn't know if you were going to be able to get up there, but you did. You fought your way up. And then I was wondering if you're going to run out of fuel, which I guess you did at the start-finish line. You didn't get to do a burnout, but you had enough to get across the line in first place. Walk us through those last couple laps.
Man, it was kind of stressful, to be honest with you. I saved heavily coming off that last green flag pit stop. I clutched it, kept it in fifth for like the first 5, 6, 7 laps, and it said I had like 2.5, 3 laps to the good, but clearly, downshifting kind of burns, I think, a little bit more fuel when I needed to start getting up on it and picking up the lap time. It got way closer than I wanted it to be, but yeah, running out right there, crossing the finish line at the checkered is pretty good. Pretty good. I'll take it.
Well, I'll tell you what, and yeah, that in order to coast all the way around the track as well and get back to the start finish line before you're totally dead in the water,
Right.
I'll tell you,
Right.
that was lucky.
It was. It lined up. It lined up. I didn't need any help to get back to the start finish and park it there for a nice photo that I'm gonna take.
Yeah, well, I figured you were stopping for camera, and then I got thinking, no, he probably ran out of fuel.
Yeah, definitely. We was coasting, man. We was coasting all the way around there.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to Watkins Glen next week. That's what you got on the schedule. What do you think about going on the road course, left and right turns?
I mean, Watkins Glen, one of my favorite tracks for sure. Favorite tracks, that and probably, I don't know, Road America. It'd be some other traditional road course here in the States, Laguna Seca, something like that. But Cup doesn't go there. They go to Watkins Glen. I think everybody here in this league should be pretty familiar with that track. I'm pretty certain that everybody owns that track. Should be a good race, man. I'm hoping for it.
It should be a lot of fun to watch for sure, without a doubt. I'll tell you what. So I'm gonna bring this up really quick here while I'm talking to you. You were the winner, number one. Jason Heaney was second. Jeremiah Nelson was third. We were at Charlotte Motor Speedway, 150 laps. We had 14 lead changes with 7 different leaders. We had 4 cautions, 12 laps total. Brandon Hartwell was a hard charger. He came up 11 spots trying to get up to the front. He didn't quite get it done. Al Likens still, though, did lead the most laps, 74 laps for Al Likens. The fastest lap was Al Likens. Pole position, Zach Rongich. But I'll tell you what, you led the final laps. That's all you needed to do. You were not in the highlight reel, I guess you might say, but you were there at the finish, and that's where you needed to be.
Well, there was some misfortune. There's some misfortune with one of our extended teammates and Zachary. He got him and Robbie. I think were right. I haven't went back to look at it, but I heard over comms that they were racing, and apparently Zach made a mistake and kind of washed up into Robbie. They got into an incident and it costed him his race. Yeah, man. I mean, won the stage. Got the EOL. Went to the back, ran all the way back through the field. I think we got to like fourth or third, somewhere in that ballpark, right there before we started going to green flag stops. And I mean, I knew the momentum long run was in my favor, and I just played it the best that I could, and it worked out the way that I needed it to.
It absolutely did, because I'll tell you, you had just enough fuel to get it done.
Right.
All right. So, you got anything for your sponsors and friends back home before I let you go?
I just want to appreciate a big shout out to the whole league, man. Robbie Darnell, even though I know that he's taking some well needed time away and handling some personal business and family business, but I appreciate him. Appreciate all these guys in this league, man. All the admins, all the members, all the series. Like we're striving here, and we're trying to get bigger, and we're trying to be better. And I think we're heading in the right direction, week in, week out. I think the races prove what we put out there and the product and stuff. Yeah, big shout out to the wife, being my number one cheerleader in there in the old living room. I can hear her at times. My daughter, I appreciate her. And as we're getting ready to get her nipped up here and ready for school, and appreciate you, Art. Appreciate you for taking us on, man, doing this league, broadcasting us. It's a good time.
I'll tell you, I've been a member for years and years, and this past year of doing the broadcasting, I'm having just as much fun up in the booth as I did on the track. I'll tell you that. But I kind of do miss being in the car, but that's okay.
Yep.
Watching you guys get around the track is all good. All right, my friend, I'm going to let you go. We're going to see you at Watkins Glen next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. It should be interesting racing, going left and right instead of round and round.
Yes, sir. Be good, Art. Appreciate you, man.
All righty. Have a good week, my friend.
You too.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was Chris Paff. He is your winner this evening in the 22. I'll tell you what, I've been all over the country, started in Michigan this morning, went to Iowa this afternoon. I am now in Charlotte. I'll tell you what, I'm going to hop on board the ship. Thank you for watching Pirate Broadcasting. We're going to set sail for another race somewhere down the coast. Maybe I'll end up down in the Bermuda area or Jamaica, one of my favorite spots on the planet. Actually, I'll be there in October. Shh, don't tell anybody. They'll hide all the booze on me at the bar. Anyway, have yourself a good night, everyone. We will see you soon. And don't forget, next Sunday night, Watkins Glen. We're going to have fun.